water. You can do anything you want in transition. That is your time. There's no penalty for spending 5 or 10 minutes in transition. Okay? None at all. The biggest thing for transition is trying to make you guys feel as comfortable as you can to have a good race. If that means you guys want to spend 5 minutes in transition, spend 5 minutes in transition. That's all about triathlon, is to have fun. Okay? So if you want to relax in transition, just sit back and watch things go around, that's fine. But just have a mental picture of what you guys need to do when you're coming in transition, both from the swim to the bike and from the bike to the run. You can take as much time as you want. Okay? If you want to pick out different color hats to wear, go on different shirts, you can do whatever you want. Okay? Just take your time in transition, have a good time, make sure your helmet is strapped, okay, and buckled in before you get on, before you grab your bike, and do not unstrap it until you put your bike back in the rack. Okay? And then when you're done with the race, when you come in for the run, all your stuff in transition should be in the same way. Just put it back in your bag, and you guys are good to go. Does anybody have any questions on transition?
Timing chip on your left ankle to the crank, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Usually you put it on your left ankle, but it'll work over the mat, whichever ankle it's on.
Yeah, just avoid the crank.
Any other questions for transition? Yes.
I don't know if it's a transition code, but for the run, when we go from the bike to the run, can we take a water bottle with us?
Yes,
I know
you can.
there's water, but we can run with it if we want.
Yes, you can, and you can actually discard that water bottle as empty at the turnaround point where the water station is, because that's also a trash station. So if you have like a bunch of stuff on the run, like if you're taking goos and stuff, you got to at least carry that to the turnaround point, and then you see trash cans there, you can throw it.
But if we just have like a regular plastic water bottle, we can do it.
You can take it with you the whole time if you want. That's not a problem.
All right.
Any type of water bottle you want. The one big thing for me, which helped me out, when you set your bicycle up, make sure it's in the easiest gear possible, okay, when you're leaving transition. And the reason that is, it's easier to get your legs going in an easy gear, and it takes a flick of the wrist to get it to those harder gears. If you start out in a rear hard gear, you're going to have a hard time getting your legs going, okay? So if you have it in an easy gear, when you set up your transition, and that's something you should look at, like mine isn't a gear I'd probably use, it's a pretty easy gear in your transition. I would set it up in a really easy gear just so it's easier to get going. If I have it in a hard gear and I try to get on a bike, I'm like, why is it so hard? It just kind of messes up your rhythm. So you want to have it in easy gear, it just makes life easier, you're just going faster. Any other questions for transition?
Okay,
Yes.
Or in general.
this is not necessarily for transition. Where do you, okay, you got to, let's say you have a flat. What do you carry on your bike to
Okay.
change the flat?
Now this is the rule that's USAT. You have to be self-sufficient to change a flat tire or fix minor mechanical problems. Okay? So they want you to at least make an effort and have the equipment to fix a flat tire. Okay? Now if you've gone through everything you can, you've gone through a tube, your air is gone, they will provide assistance for you. That's only if you've eliminated anything that you can to fix your tire. So you gotta, it's good to have a bike bag in the back of your bicycle or tied to your side or anything. And I'll take mine off so you guys can see what's in my bag. Okay? And if you don't need much in it, okay? What I have is I have a patch kit, okay, which I probably wouldn't use in a short race, but in a long race when guys are racing like 100 miles, they might need to hang out on the side of the road for 10 or 15 minutes to patch their tire. Or else their 6 months of training goes down the tube and they can't finish the race. Okay? I have a bicycle tube, okay? You gotta make sure your stem is a proper length stem to go through your tubes, to go through your tires, okay? I know because I have not really deep tires here, but I know that if I got a short stem it wouldn't fit and I wouldn't be able to pump up my tire. So make sure the stem, take your bike in the store, bring in the existing tube you have because everybody probably has an extra tube, and go ahead and look at it and say, hey, will this tube fit this bicycle? And they'll tell you right away, yes or no. Okay, if they say no, just get a new tube, okay? Have a tube ready to go. And then I have these two levers, bike levers. They're to assist you getting the tube off and on, okay? If you have a flat tire, you're not going to have a problem getting it off. You might have a hard time getting it back on. And it's only because when you're getting the tire in there at the very end, you might need to pick up an end just to get it in there, okay? So you need two bike levers. And I don't use a pump, I use these CO2 cartridges, okay? And you only need one. I carry two just in case. I mess up and I make a mistake. And all these do is they screw into here, and there's a lot of different kinds of these adapters. Every bike store has different kinds. It's whatever is easier for you. All you do is you screw this in, and I'm not going to screw it all the way in just because it'll release all the gas in here. And you use this to pump up your tube. Okay? And one of these, put the whole thing in your tube, and you'll be fine. It'll fill it all the way up. And they have different sizes for mountain bikes. Okay? This is perfect size for a road. Okay? But if you use the whole thing, you're not going to save it because when you get back to your transition, that'll be the last thing in your mind. You're not going to be using it the next day. Just put the whole thing in your tube and fill it.
And they come, like those bags come with all the stuff you need in them if you find those. If you're riding out in the open road, you should have one already. Because if you get a flat, you're stuck wherever you are. I've seen people throw tubes in the back of their jersey pocket if they need it, if they want to take an extra just in case. But those little bags that are underneath your seat are easy, they're out of the way, like the outlaw weed, all that. But just be ready with them.
You have to at least make an attempt to fix your own bicycle. Now, if you break a chain or, your rim gets bent, it might be the end of your day, But if you have a flat tire, it shouldn't be the end of your day. Everybody should know how to change a flat tire. There's plenty of ways to watch it on YouTube and different websites how to change a flat tire. It's very simple and straightforward. If you don't know how to change a flat tire, go to the local bike shop and they'll be more than happy to show you how to change a flat tire. It's not a problem for them. Because I know you're going to come back and buy the tubes after you get a flat anyway. So they'll show you how to change a flat tire. Other than that, that's basically a good transition overview. Just relax, remain calm, have a picture in your mind of what you want to do, and have a good time. And everybody will get through transition fine. You'll be fine. Okay? Does anybody have any questions about transition at all?
About anything.
I have a question. You said you need to have a bid number for the bike and it's going to be strapped on.
No, the bib number, you have your race belt. You have to have your race belt on during the bike.
Let me answer this. You're only required to have your race number on during the run. There will also be a bike number that you'll attach to your bike.
So
Ideally, you'd be wearing it the whole time, right? Because you have your belt on, you throw it to the back, you've got the race number in the back, you throw it to the front for the run, no big deal. If you're only required to wear it during the run though. You'll have a bike number on your bike. Ideally, you wear it for both, but if you just have it on the shirt you're running with, that's fine.
Is that an Ironman rule then?
Huh?
That's an Ironman rule that you have to have it on during the bike?
It might be.
Okay.
Just to add, also, you're going to get a pack and pickup on Saturday afternoon and an athlete wristband. That's required on race day. So, my suggestion is put it on Saturday night and wear it on Sunday. Okay, and just to point out, security purposes, at the end of the race, okay, you want to go back and collect your stuff as soon as possible. In order to exit the transition area, the bike number that's on the bike, preferably the belt number that you're still wearing, and the wristlet number all have to match. You will not get out of transition unless all three pieces match. That's the
In case
direct.
you pick up somebody else's bike by mistake.
Right.
Another little transition tip, and then I'll be done. There's going to be so many bikes out there, and I've seen people do this a lot. At the end of their row, they'll tie like a stuffed animal or a bright, like that right there at the end of the row, just so when you get out of the swim, you say, hey, where's my landmark for where my bike rack is? And if you know, hey, the guy next to me put this stuffed animal on the end, hey, that's my bike rack, okay? So a lot of people use different things to remember where their bikes are because it's hard. You're coming out of the swim and all of a sudden you see 400 bicycles, you're like, where's my bike? So another tip.
The best thing is to take a picture, a mental picture Matt talks about a lot, of actually when you set your bike up and you're all set for the day, look around and see where you're at. Because in this particular case, the bike racks are all on the ground. That suggestion may not be that helpful. Everything's going to be on the ground. So just take a mental picture. Hey, I'm going to come out of the swim. I'm going to make a left or a right. Okay, I'm going to make a left. I'm going to go 10 rows approximately down. Oh, look, there's a porta potty over here and a big tree there. Just look around you, and then you'll know when you exit, okay, that's where I'm at.
Are they numbered?
The bike, no.
It's going to be open rack.
The exit and walk yourself to where your bike is before the race.
Yes, you
Yes.
can do that.
Yeah. Transition opens at 5:30.
Are you going to send us something that we're going to have to tell you about our times and the type of bike we got?
Yes.
Like I said, about 3 weeks before the race.
Okay, last thing, guys. Biggest tip of advice I ever got before I started racing: never stop moving forward, even if you're walking. Okay, always move forward. Do not stop. It's about fun. It's about finishing. A lot of us, this will be a first triathlon. So even if you